I'm so grateful that our paths have crossed at this time. And if you're ready to up-level your coaching skill set and learn how to confidently coach at the transformational PCC level in order to help your clients get bigger breakthroughs and better results, then join our Born to Coach Training Academy at buildyourlifecoachingbiz.com/certification. Well, hello, my coaching friends. So I just got my hair cut and colored for the fall season, and I'm driving home, and I've been wanting to record this episode for over the past week, and I don't know if the car is the place to record it, but I'm just going to try it and go for it, and we'll see what happens. Right? If you're in the car and you're not doing anything, you may as well record a podcast episode. But this is probably going to be a little bit of a heavier episode, and I'm giving myself permission for that to be okay, for that to be just perfect. Something I've been learning lately is to give people permission to show up in whatever way that they're processing in that moment, and that we have to stop putting pressure on ourselves and others, that we have to show up and like be happy all the time and be grateful and like kind of like bypassing our feelings. And so there's going to be some times where I create content and it's going to be about harder things in life, and I'm going to show up as a real human being who's going through hard emotions, and that's okay, and that you guys need me to show up in those ways to normalize that and show you what that looks like. And so today's episode is turning your pain into purpose. And I remember when I went through my divorce and my job loss in 2016, and I had officially hit my first rock bottom ever. And actually, I take that back. I would say before that, when I ended up having an abortion at 22 years old, was the first time I think that I really experienced deep emotional pain. And I remember just feeling so much on the inside, even though, I had chosen not to go on with that pregnancy. I was not ready to be a mom yet. I still was grieving. I still was feeling a lot of feelings. And I remember feeling the need to do something with all of that. And I decided to become a labor and delivery nurse. Because if I wasn't ready to become a mom, I wanted to help other people become moms. And I know that may seem really weird to someone, but it made sense in my head at the time. And, that's how grief is. Grief and trauma, they have a mind of their own. They have an agenda of their own. And so I just had to honor what I felt at that time. And I remember always feeling kind of weird about that, of like, people would ask me like, why did you decide to become a labor and delivery nurse? Like, do you just love delivering babies? And really, I didn't. But like I said, there was just something inside of me that said like, I need to help people to become mothers. And when I told that to my therapist years later, she really helped me to make sense of it. And she said, yeah, it sounds like that was you turning your pain into purpose in that moment. And that's a really beautiful thing to do. And so here I was judging myself, and here she was acknowledging me. And that felt really good, because that is what it felt like. And I noticed that a lot of life coaches, a lot of times when people become life coaches, it's because they've had pain and traumatic events happen in their life. And now they're like, I want to do something with this. Like I got so much wisdom and so many lessons from this. And then I also just have so much like energy from the situation that I need to do something with this. And it doesn't feel good to be stagnant. It doesn't feel good to take those life experiences and just sit on them or not do anything with them. It's like, oh, well, if I had to go through this, then I want to make sure other people don't have to go through this. And, it's why I want to write a book, or it's why I want to become a life coach. And I just want to like put this to good use in some way. And I so love that and admire that about coaches. There could be a lot of unhealthy ways to deal with traumatic experiences, but I find that life coaches are like, well, I went through this, so now I want to help others, learn how to navigate it and overcome it. And again, I think that is such a beautiful mission. And I was reminded of all that again recently with going through a miscarriage. And I'm going to create a whole podcast episode about what the miscarriage was like. I'm going to dive deep into that experience because I'm feeling called to share that experience with all of you because it's a topic that we don't really talk about. So yeah, I had a miscarriage last week. I'm still currently going through the miscarriage process right now. And when I didn't hear the baby's heartbeat on the ultrasound, I experienced a level of sadness and disappointment and hurt and pain. And as soon as I came home, I was like, all I want to do is give Lincoln a sibling right now, my 3-year-old son. Like, I so badly want to give him a sibling because I loved having siblings growing up, and I think he would really enjoy having one too. And I know it's still going to happen and we're still going to try again, but it's not happening right in this moment. And I felt that feeling again that I felt after the divorce and the job loss, which I kind of skipped over that, which is what led me to becoming a life coach. And then before that, the abortion, which is what led me to becoming a labor and delivery nurse. I have a pattern here. And I felt that feeling inside of me again of where like, I need to do something with this. Like there's so much that I'm taking away from this experience and I want to like give back or help in some way. And the first thing that came to my mind was doing big brothers, big sisters again. And I did that back in college for like 6 months or 12 months, whatever the time commitment was. And I had like a couple times a month, I think I had like 3 teenage girls and I would take them out to like go eat or do activities and just give them that positive mentorship. And I'm feeling called to do that again, but doing someone that would be closer to Lincoln's age and maybe a couple years older. And like on the weekends, I'm doing stuff with Lincoln anyways, taking him out of the house or going to like the Magic House or the park or the movies. And I was like, well, why don't I just volunteer for that again and be able to provide Lincoln with kind of like a temporary sibling type of feel while being able to do some good. And I feel like that would kind of help distract me from what I'm feeling right now, and not distract in a bad way, because I do think it's really important to feel your feelings. You have to feel to heal. But at the same time, like I just don't want to like sit around and be sad all day. Like, I don't know. That just like doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel right. And I want to do something with this. I want to do something with this energy that I have right now. And so this is the way I'm kind of feeling to turn my pain into purpose. I think the first thing will be is recording a podcast episode about it. So that way I can, share that story with other people who might be going through the same thing. And now it's volunteering for Big Brothers, Big Sisters and being able to help out another child a couple times a month and give them some positive experiences while also being able to give Lincoln that experience that I can't give to him right now. And that feels really good. And I think I'm going to do that. And so, yeah, I just felt called to share this with you guys because I know that a lot of you that are listening to this, you are, thinking about becoming a life coach, or you've already dipped your toes in the water with becoming a coach. And this is probably a big part of your story, of that you've gone through something really big in your life. And I'm assuming it's probably something that was really hard and really challenging, maybe even traumatic. And now you're like, I want to do something with this. I want to help others. And hopefully this is like, listening to this is your confirmation. This is your sign that you are headed in the right direction. And this is, I think, in my opinion, a great way to continue to heal and continue to process. And I know it was for me after the divorce and the job loss. And then a couple months later, I signed up for coach training. And I think that was the best gift I could have given to myself to continue to heal. And I wasn't like saying like, oh, now I'm going to be a coach for women, for a divorce coach, or now I'm going to be a like a job transition coach. Like, but it is interesting how I would start like just openly sharing my story. And I still share my story to this day in my book and on my website. And I do end up attracting a lot of people who have a similar story, or they see themselves in my story. And so it has been like rewarding for me to be able to help people in similar type of situations, just by sharing my story. And then that gives them permission to want to be a life coach as well, or want to work with me. And so that's why I do think it is so important to share our stories. Our stories can help heal people. Our stories can help save lives, and they motivate us to do really great things and give back. And so I just want to say, like, I see you right now. I see the things you've gone through. Maybe it was getting out of an abusive relationship with a narcissist, or maybe you lost your baby shortly after your baby was born, or you have a chronic illness, chronic debilitating illness that completely impacts every area of your life. Right? Like, you have probably gone through some really, really hard things, and now you want to be seen, you want to be witnessed, and you want to do something good with that, and not just sit in it, because it doesn't feel good to sit in it any longer. The energy wants to be moved and transferred to something that's going to produce good in this world and create an impact. So again, like I said, I hope that this was comforting to hear, and that you are going in the right direction, and that if you've been thinking about becoming a life coach, that this really is a great way to channel all that energy, and you can turn it into a business, you can turn it into a career, and it can become your niche, and it can become a way that you can just make a bigger impact in this world, and to change some more lives. So, all right, I am home, so I hope you guys enjoyed this short, sweet episode. Thank you for being ready to turn your pain into your purpose. The world thanks you, and it's just such a beautiful gift that you're going to be giving to others. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next episode. Welcome to the Build Your Life Coaching Biz podcast, where you get to learn how to become a professional life coach and start an online coaching business from scratch.
I'm your host, Krista Kathleen, a professional certified coach and spiritual business mentor. In 2016, I got divorced and left my full-time job as a registered nurse and decided to bravely answer my calling of becoming a life coach so I could help to change lives as I traveled around the world. And now I want to help you discover your purpose too. Having the freedom and flexibility to be your own boss and make as much money as you want right from your laptop will be one of the best gifts you ever give to yourself, your family, and the world. In these episodes, I'll give you real coaching combined with proven strategies and spiritual practices in order to help build your dream coaching business that feels perfect for you.